4 series. Astralis, having already eliminated Liquid, now 1 map away from sending G2 packing. But the last time G2 were down a map versus FURIA, we saw a performance out of niko that was absolutely ace. But you want to talk about utility? Kicking it off with a fiery frag grenade into the apartments. Nexa's going to be able to trade this one, so 4v4. And they walk away. Still plenty to happen in the pistol.
It's absolutely symbolic that, of course, in the first round of the second map, we got an instant HE death to a player who was just trying to take a peek out of the window. Wanted a little bit of information if possible. Was met by 2 or 3 impact grenades. I don't even know how many came his way. 3 CTs on site means G2, they're risking it a little bit towards the A site, but it looks like they're about to be rewarded. So maybe they think that this site is going to be understaffed, but they're not right about it.
Molly into the pit. Should flush Nexa out of position. He's going to cross over to the small pit and take a headshot with him. Hunter's going to go ahead and tuck inside of the bomb site. They know that Nexa's over here, but that crossfire not quite utilized. Hunter has not been able to find his impact in this round just yet. He calls niko over, and they don't know. Device, hands busy with the bomb plant, and now it's niko in position. It's a Kovac clutch as G2 win pistol.
That's it early. And also, because the players on the same site, you know, Astralis have a false sense of security that they might try to do something else. So they feed right into the setup, and it's played beautifully between the 3 G2 members left alive. Astralis, they will not invest much. Just an HE, a single flash here on Magisk. And they'll spread the map a little bit. Looks like G2 might survive in anti-eco. Right? Like, there's no way. They definitely...
Think they got this one?
Probably they got to have this one. I mean, they've actually, it's not even a meme, they've actually gotten eco'd basically virtually every single half that we've watched in the second round. But this time's different.
Dud frag grenade does nothing.
Don't set this up like they're going to win this eco with just Glocks, Connor.
Got that flashbang still on them.
Device does have an HE in his hand, I mean. No, that's ridiculous. The concept, it's absurd. I'm not even going to entertain it at all. No way that Astralis can win this round. No armor, no upgrades.
But there's only 30 seconds.
There's only 30 seconds, yeah. You have to go into the site.
No, I mean, you're
no
right.
rotations. They're back in the site. They're all the way back here.
This would be absolutely absurd. No CT has taken damage until now at the 15-second mark. So as long as niko keeps the gun up, it is going to be easy pickings. He fires off with the USP, looking for his 3rd kill, but it's Amanek to make some money. And sure enough, they had so little to work with, and G2 gave them nothing.
Okay. He's talking a lot here about the CT setup, maybe just trying to confer with his teammate about what they should do over in the B side. Again, communication on the CT side comes down to what you're doing with your teammate close to you in proximity, not necessarily what's going on the other side of the map or grand strategy for the rounds. Not always, at least. Whoa. The double roof boost. Okay. Okay. Going up to the balcony now. Virtus Pro lane setup. CT walking back towards mid. I think definitely one thing that's really good about G2 on this map is their lane setups, especially on their ecos, actually. And G2, they're cheating early. They've got the heavy mid presence, but they've left B understaffed. Connor, you know I'm not a huge fan of this. Just the straight-on gamble early on. They have info on mid, but they're not rotating over to B.
That makes things all the worse. Excellent bit of damage off of the frag grenade.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, they missed the first jump.
That's really bad.
Yep, Glaive heard that. And now they have no line of defense whatsoever. They were relying on that boost to at least deal enough damage to take Astralis down a peg.
They make absolutely new moves, and now they'll have to come in. They've got enough retake utility, but we've also got Xyp9x at the bottom of mid, and if he doesn't see anybody, there's a chance he literally will come in for the big flank, though. That clock seems to have run out. He's going to come back to Banana. They'll get smoked out in this position. Counter utilities being used. That's enormous from glaive.
That's great. Sitting in just the side of the smoke. G2 throwing the retake attempt. There is barely any time left. They literally run boost niko into the bomb site. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
That is really rough. They'll run out of time. G2 do not have time to go for this retake. At least they'll take Device's life in the site, and then Magis as well. And yes, of course, it feels like a time to be very harsh. Like, that was really strange. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was really weird. I mean, first of all, Astralis do nothing complicated. They just go for B, they enter B, there's no one in B, G2 make a noise on the boost, and then the retake looks really bad because they didn't bait out any grenades in the beginning of the round, they didn't make any heavy rotations on CT side, they just started the round out gambling.
Little rifle peek on the CT cross. Smoke comes out. niko's got to move. Amanek takes cover behind oranges. And Astralis looking to sink their teeth into another B site. Get G2 moving a third piece a little closer. That being Kenny S towards spawn. He's got the double flashbang, so that could very well prime the other CTs to go for some sort of a peek and cut down the offensive. Amanek slips back onto the coffins. He's got his M4. Sees players starting to just trudge along here, and Kenny S panic spraying through smoke, does a bit of damage, but is not able to grab an additional kill. The banked frag grenade thrown out, chips off glaive with 15 HP. So be it. Astralis, they've got the man advantage. Although barely. Magisk, 4 health left over. But there's no clear route for G2 back into this retake. They could go ahead and throw that incendiary on the backside. Maybe they flush Dupree into the open. Smoke to Banana and a frag on Pit could make this possible. But just like last round, G2 just kind of do nothing. And as opposed to throwing a run boost in those final few moments, they're just looking to deny any exits. And well, it does pay off for one. Glaive's gonna die, and as will Dupree no matter what. It's a second round for Astralis, and 3 stay standing for G2.
All right, I'm gonna try not to be a broken record about this because that's something I talk about a lot on Inferno, but just as you mentioned, okay, I wanna look at this moment right there, that snapshot. He gets the spam down on coffins, and I just wanna talk about variance for a second, okay? So sometimes when you're holding back on B, on the B site, and you don't have map control, you will die. Even if you're the better player and you have a smart play, you're just going to die. In that circumstance, the rotations are too difficult, you'll lose the round in the retake, and you lose players in the site, so you're at a man disadvantage. That's what's going to happen sometimes, and that is the nature of Inferno. That is the really hard part. So if G2 want to play that game, they're always going to risk niko dying if he wants to take duels. Sometimes they might win off of some like amazingly heroic efforts, but if they just sit back in the stall with Faze, with niko, that they would rely on him to sit back in sites and hold. And I personally don't like see it. I'm not going to repeat myself too much in this half. I don't know if the game plan will change at all if they just want to try it at first, but so far it's not looking too good.
All right, I appreciate you laying the groundwork. I think you are dead on. It's just, you know, give Astralis an inch, they will make sure they get their mile. We saw a lot of utility coming out of G2 this round. Molotov's down on Banana all the way up, and Astralis not yet going for it, but instead walking over towards alt. They're not the only team here. niko, with the deagle, is trying to find somewhere to rent. And Xyp9x, nasty angle. As if that's where he dies.
Yeah, just apartment shopping in the back of halls. So here, G2 don't have everything to work with. Just overstacking on the B, trying to get Astralis to do the same thing. Glaive does call into similar rounds over and over again. So here's a spot where, you know, it might be a nice time to sit and wait. Device is going to peek his head around the corner. CTs aren't making a lot of noise. And Nexa has a flash prepped as well.
Amanek, though, dropped to 15 instantly. Hunter trying to deliver, does get himself a kill and further damage. 5-7 tucked. Amanek, oh, he misses his shot. It's going to be on Kenny S from the back of the bomb site. You said it takes big heroics. Well, with 20 seconds, they could just dodge back to that A site, but they know time is of the essence. They try to go skating into it. Nexa hopping around towards Coffin. He does damage Zipnix with a bit, but it's Zipnix on the triple, and Astralis...
They commit, and it comes down to, one or two key kills, but Astralis, they hold their nerve, right? They don't want to run into a stack. When they see it, they're like, oh my goodness, but they still are able to quietly section out all of the kills. kennyS looking for a peek down mid, and Device and everybody else is going to work on putting some pressure on Banana. At least some utility down Banana as they're still falling back within the site. niko from CT looking to challenge, and challenge he does. Magisk, one of the best and strongest B contenders in the goddamn game, goes down in a lightning flash. That AK doesn't look like it can be retrieved just yet. I think it's an awkward moment where Device has a smoke in his hand. This is actually a great time to re-aggress if you're G2. And oh god, he'll actually try it. niko gets away with 3 HP, keeps kennyS alive. He ate that flash and missed the shot. And my goodness, was that close.
But the apps push from Zipnix. Double kill. And this A site is completely excavated by Glaive. Sees nothing. They finally have something go their way at the B site. And to be free, or to be honest, it was for free. It was a gift given by Device. I don't even think he should have ever got that dink off. niko, 3 HP, cuts him down. Zipnix turns it upside down. They had this. G2 had this.
That was, yeah, everything was actually looking a lot better. They just don't expect Zipix to be there. And that's the second time this game, Zipix is just in a key spot, holding the right angle, waiting for them to walk through halls, window shopping, and says, this place is not for sale. Cuts them down at the pass and just opens the site up. Completely changes the course of the round. This is at least a round where G2 can save with 3, keep the up on kennyS. But this is nice for Astralis because, classic Glaive is, if B is working, let's just keep going B. It's what we like to do. We're just good at it. Let's just make it seem like we might not this time, and then we go for it. Here's a round where they were looking at B, but then Zipix opens up A for them for free. So now, in G2's mind, they're a little bit worried about A, they're a little bit worried about B, and Glaive can probably continue on with a half where he can do whatever he wants. This is the second guy, yeah.
Maybe if the second guy's a little closer, it doesn't go down that way, but they gave him a second to readjust, and Zipnix doesn't miss shots like that.
When he's alone, it's the power up. He just becomes even sharper.
And sometimes I swear he must just blend into the background.
Right.
It's like one of those fish on the bottom of the ocean. It looks like a rock.
A stonefish. Yeah, and you step on it, it's incredibly poisonous.
Yeah.
It'll kill you in one shot.
That's Zipnix.
Oh, wow, okay. kennyS opening here at the top of Banana. Glaive tries to come around the corner early. Punished again for this. They weren't maybe expecting to see kennyS here twice. He's been really good at being in the right place on CT side. You saw him there do that on Dust too. Despite them losing, he was there having some impact on CT side. I feel like not an excellent map for him lately. I would like to get confirmation on those stats. I don't know. Frankie, can I send you on a mission?
Yes, sir.
kennyS on Inferno. That's the mission. How's he been doing lately?
MNX pushes alongside him. They're flashed into the action. From a 5v4 to a 5v2. And the wall bang connects. MNX gonna swing out wide with the AK, looking to kill everybody left here on Banana. It is only Device. He hears that flashbang pin pulled. And he will find one headshot, but he's compromised from the back line, and so he just runs into his own death. G2 squeezing Astralis this round. That's what I want to see, Launders. I want to see proactive plays being made, not just giving Astralis so much space that they can make executes as they please.
At least kennyS is willing to be there to peek with him. That's great. Hopefully you don't get in a situation like Liquid did with Alige, where they'd call him over once in a while, but apart from that, just straight away from trying to fight him. Now, of course, it is really scary to fight Astralis of all teams down Banana, but it's the thing you have to do if you want to play this map versus them, and something that came in their veto last time around. Zipix, he's making tons of progress. MNX going to get flashed back in the site. Nothing comes late, but Zipix gets a key opening, pushes niko back. niko pops him out of the sky. 2 left here as niko falls back to construction and holds a passive angle.
And he's already done done so much damage versus Glaive as well. This round is niko, but his gun goes dry. Magus takes the headshot, and we have such little HP here left over for Astralis, but a smoke grenade to alleviate a bit of pressure, and one comes back to reapply it.
Oh, are they going to push through?
They very well could, but instead, they're going to go for the double pit. Magus just looking to keep his head tucked and play off of Glaive's initial contact. We've got utility coming out from G2, a smoke inside of them, and now this just creates another shroud of confusion. Magus looking down at his shoes, and he has both players unprepared. Magus, the executioner.
Holy hell, the bait. That was so beautiful to run away through spawn, to make sure his teammate doesn't get cleared in the pool. That is just disgusting.
Would you like an update on the mission?
Yes.
All right. Oh, I feel like you want to see this again first.
This is so amazing. I mean, Glaive does the perfect move. He actually asked to die so his teammate doesn't get cleared.
Romantic. In terms of Kenny S's performances on Inferno, even when G2 lose, he tends to put a positive rating in, apart from last time they played Astralis, when he turned in a 0.55 rating and went 11 for 26.
Okay, well, relevant stat for this head-to-head in general. Seems like he's been doing a little bit better, at least this time around, to start things off. But that's a clutch that should have never happened.
niko's going to find himself yet again holding the line here on this B site. You made sure to bring it up early. Sitting back in the B site, not necessarily going to be enough without heroics. Well, last round, niko was a hero. And even then it wasn't enough.
That's the issue, the variance.
They're going to have two players back over on coffins. Astralis having shown a little presence towards A. niko standing on Amanek. And the flashes start to come in. They're going to assume that this line of vision's still compromised, but if they wait out the smoke, then maybe they're ready. He shuts down Glaive as he soars across the site. Hunter down, low HP in the meantime. And sure enough, niko is dead. But Kenny S, his head does go over top of that smoke, and they see him. For what it is, Dupree, still 1 and 4, gets his second kill of this map. And now, I think Astralis can just relax and sit back, because they've got themselves a health advantage. Utility here, a single smoke and 3 flashbangs for G2. They're running out of attempts, and now they're running out of bodies. The last two members of G2, both towards the CT cross, and Astralis have no reason to go peeking unless they want to punish. And they will, because they can. A 6th round is theirs for the taking, and they clear the board while they grab it.
Ooh, shots are not being hit. Not crispy here for G2. I'm just reading into it, but I feel like part of the reason niko can feel like that needs to be the game plan for everyone when he was on Faze is because he's so good. He expects that to be possible for everyone else. Like, he can just hold on to the last angle, a multi-frag. He could just sit there in a tough position and always get more than he needs to. But I don't know if that's true. So we actually got this G2 stack. Love this pistol stack at mid. But now that it's sussed out, I think Astralis know there's 4 players here. So they're going to start to peel back. And when this works out well is when, you know, there is pressure at bracket, but that first kill comes in, and then the other team tries to keep that AK.
Ooh, missed the shot. niko saw the legs of Device go by. Talk about pressure. The only B player, even after we watch Astralis walk away from top mid. That pistol stack that wins every time, half of the time.
Yeah. It is going to be a long round, it looks like. The bomb is still going back to A. There's players outside of apartments, so maybe a good round here for G2. So Astralis feed into the stack. So far on the ecos, they've been hitting green, basically. Extremely lucky with how Astralis have come into them. But it's good patience from G2 most of the time. However, are they second-guessing themselves? That is the question. They've done the due diligence of getting into the halls, which can be the scariest part. But there's still a couple of corners to turn and a hunter waiting.
Sits in the bushes. Trap set up. Oh, but he wrecked himself, run down by the prey. Device also adding a headshot to the tally. Nexa, he will give us 1, and Amanek's not even give it a chance because Device runs right through. niko in the 1 versus 4. It doesn't seem to matter where Astralis go. There's parallels to be drawn now between this game versus G2 and the same versus Liquid. A very close first map that goes back and forth when it's their opponent's map choice, but the moment they get onto Inferno versus mousesports.
Yeah, that would be amazing to watch, actually. And that's totally possible with the way that the bracket goes. I mean, maybe is there potential for a final if that goes, or is that the next match?
Man, I don't know.
Oh my god.
This one here has another clash going down on Banana Device. He is inside them, behind them, and on top of them in this kill feed, on this scoreboard.
Well, they barrel through it. They give it their best try, and that's probably why they don't like pushing onto Banana. But it's not a matter of liking it, it's just getting better at it, because it's just an important thing to do. However, G2 have rotated 2 players into position, and they might be able to catch someone off guard. Let's see if there's a bait that goes on.
Hunter finds one off of Oranges, lays down the Incendiary, but Magic's just not going to respect this. Not with so many teammates nearby. Frag Grenade's fantastic from Nexa. That blasts Magisk into the next round. Nexa going to continue to challenge the corner here. With that sort of a smoke grenade, he could definitely justify slipping through. And Zipnix not quite ready, but still eyes up and able as Kenny S tries his damnedest to flick shots through smoke. It's just not going to happen. 8 rounds for Astralis, only 11 rounds deep on the T side.
Destroyed. They basically killed 2 variations of the B take. If you look at the minimap, they got the guys coming down B and 2 more guys back in the site in like the old setup, and they still lost without dropping more than 2 players. So nice try, but they are getting completely outclassed at the moment.
Just to update you on what the final could be. It could be Mouse and Astralis, because on one side of the bracket we've got Heroic, we've either got North or Godsend, we've got Cloud9 and Mouse, and then on the other side we've got Gambit, and then the winner of this match, so possibly Astralis, possibly G2, FURIA and Complexity.
And that would assume that mousesports, assuming they beat Cloud9 to go on, would have to face either Heroic or Godsend/North.
True.
And we know mousesports have already picked up a recent win
so
versus
their favorite
Heroic.
Both matches there.
That's an awesome rematch as well for them to get into the grand finals.
Definitely.
To face who knows what. A lower bracket run from Astralis.
Things get very interesting.
Dude, this playoff bracket is working out so well.
Loving this.
And whether it's Astralis or G2, I'm all aboard. But G2, they need to show us that their ship is not sinking. They are definitely taking on water here in Inferno. A couple of individuals trying to bail them out.
They're running out of corks.
12-5. His bucket not quite big enough.
For what it's worth, right? It's like a game plan thing.
Yeah, they're putting all the pressure on him. Sit him in the B site, deliver kills. He's delivering kills, but what else does G2 have going for them?
Yeah, they don't have 2 Nikos, right? So they got the smokes that go down into B, and execute comes again. Kenny S, where is he? Almanac will push through into the smoke. Control is 5-7. Great. Come to and see no more targets running through. That's very nice for him to get a kill scot-free. The T's will break free. They'll run back to mid with the bomb, make sure that to see if G2 have pushed. They're going to reset the round, but the clock is going down, and Kenny S, he is thinking, here's an opportunity to strike. Oh, what a great shot.
Slips the scope onto Zipnix Device.
Whoa, he's so paranoid about this. And
Dupree could just barrel stuff him, but Kenny S going to clear it. No scope to the gut, and Device turns his back to Hunter, which will cost him. It's all on Glaive in the 1 versus 4.
We get some great counter utility there, huh? Over on the B site, they had smoked it as soon as Astralis wanted to execute in. The counter flashes meant they were separated from the first guy who went through.
No utility.
Yeah, Glaive, they're trying to avoid him to force him to plant.
Glaive just turned it. 4 seconds. Hunter's going to push this. His head is tucked. Glaive comes up and goes down. That's incredible that he even got the bomb.
What the hell was that, man? Frankie's got her mouth open, just standing there, looking like Klay Thompson.
Oh.
He threw the bullet at him.
I heard the all chat going off after that
Yeah.
one. I'm sure Niko had some select words.
Nice shot, Dick.
Yeah. Do it twice.
Dude on land.
Astralis still double the round count of G2, but at least we've got a little life out of the defense. How much more are they going to offer us here? Amanek and Niko back to the B site. niko looking to challenge, and sure enough, cuts off one. That incendiary forcing the feet forward.
He's definitely good at that.
Ooh, and there's Hunter getting the better of Dupree inside of apartments. So we've got Astralis now at another double man disadvantage. There's no way they finish this half without a lead. But what size of lead is still a very important question. Smoke laid down for Amanek. Normally we've got niko over on coffin side or back site. This time he's up on the half wall.
Yeah, such a strong spot. I asked an IGL, I can't remember who it was, why nobody clears this, and it's just because there's too many things to look at in the site to worry about first, that you take the risk on every few rounds of not going for it. And we'll see if they assume he's going to be here or not. They do spam him down this time around. Amanek will flash through. Xyp9x, he's just too aware. I mean, wow, that's both players. Oh, turned into 3. This is looking like classic Freiburg right here. An entry. Will it become an ace? 2 players left over for the retake. He's up top. Ooh. That's the device. Wow.
Mamma mia.
My goodness. Pulls it back like a fishing line.
Let's see it. I mean, there's still great utility for the retake. Both of these positions could be completely canceled out by the remaining incendiaries.
But they're going to
That's all G2 have to do.
But they're going to construction, so Emo might not be.
They're going to hit it on the back box. Xyp9x burns to a crisp, but Magisk hits his shot, and now he goes into the fire, engulfed in flames. Astralis taking 9.
The imagery on that one. That was just beautiful to look at. What a play. That was so sick. Not every day you take a risk in that way. Would have been pretty 50-50 to peek from each side, but this way he doesn't get pre-fired, nails the headshot, dies right after.
A fiery clutch from Astralis. And Kenny S trying to cool things off early with this one, does take the head of Glaive.
Glaive is getting absolutely arted in this game. Running up banana, getting opt, going mid, getting opt, looking for information, but it's sometimes a bit too early. You got to give credit to niko for the amount of raw duels he's won at the top of banana. No nades involved, just someone trying to peek around the corner, risking it. Not the kind of guy you want to do it versus. But it does strike me as strange that with the top banana control, they try to go in dry when they could just execute from car or otherwise. Of course, they get that niko duel early. They don't have to deal with them later. Here's a kill.
It's been a while.
That makes things strange.
Quite some time since we've seen a Balk pop. We've got 3 defenders in position from G2 because niko goes parading down to the base of banana. When's the last time you saw a CT from G2 at the bottom of mid? And check this out. With 3 players in position on this A side, Astralis decide to tuck tail. It's all about niko. You just said it, right? He's one of these players who individually can provide multi-kills from these sorts of wild angles, and we're going to have to see it pull. Oh! Oh, you devilish bastard. Xyp9x, he jumps above it and blows niko into tomorrow. That is how you break a man. We've got damage versus Device and Dupree, so with the T's softened, there's still a chance at this. But G2 Esports, it looks like they just want to walk away. They are broken.
That's a moment where Malik's got to tap you on the shoulder and say, it's not your fault, man. It's not your fault. That's just happened. Xyp9x flying through the skies like a paper plane. Floats over niko's head and shoots him before he hits the ground. That's one for CS, unfortunate.
One more round from Astralis' T side. Watch this man break in half.
It's not your fault, niko, man. It's not your fault. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's I mean, he dies that early. At least they can rotate in, but as a player, he was supposed to get a kill there. Oof. That is tough. It wasn't like it was a MAC 10.
I feel for him. That was the round. That was him taking down a player, maybe bringing it back.
Why is Glaive... What's going on? Is he like sniffing ammonium? He's just got a lot of pep in his step. He's looking for all of these crazy duels.
Yeah, Kenny, come get some.
He wants all these crazy duels every round, and now he actually won one versus the Opper that he knew was going to be there. Just goes one tap on Kenny S, of all people. What is going on with Glaive?
Astralis absolutely powering up. A potential 11th round on this T side. They've got weapons inside of the bomb site, but Hunter goes down empty-handed. Nexo relegated to the corner, can't get anything. Glaive is an animal. And Dupree, over his shoulder, lays down the law. This is an Astralis that is on a lower bracket run to the finals. I don't know many other teams that are in this tournament that contest with this level of form from Astralis. 11-4.
I mean, there's been tilting rounds. Magisk, 15 kill half, plus that crazy molly clutch. That was so beautiful. Some really great stuff from Astralis, all things considered. G2 tried their damnedest to bring it back. And a possessed Glaive, a very strange Glaive that we saw running through, peeking Kenny S. But now we're into this next pistol, and the traits come out. Yeah, it's aerobatics here.
Device combating as long as he can. It's Glaive to peek out from the library, doing as he does.
He's just peeking!
And it's working. Somehow, some way, he's got Glaive and Zipnix ahead of him. Niko, 1 kill on the pistol, eats the flashbang. We got a couple creepy crawlers crossing, and Niko's gonna pop that first one, but it's Zipnix in the clutch, and he gets taken down. Niko wants revenge, and it's gonna be a long hill to climb, but it starts with a pistol.
Let's go, Niko. That was nice and crispy. If there's anybody who can kind of muddy a 1v1 statistic versus Zipix, it's going to be him on the pistol. Beautiful dealing with both opponents. I swear to God, we're getting the red eyes from Glaive. This guy is just, he's just fired up. Like, I don't know if he snorted pre or what's going on, but he is peeking everybody, flying out like he's got air miles.
They put him back in that in-game leadership. Everything's slotted perfectly.
My round now.
I am back. Fear me.
Follow me.
It's working well.
Yeah, it is.
But obviously this round, Astralis, well, they should have their hands full. All they've got is the ump on Glaive. And armored 5.7s.
Ooh, a classic Smoke-ferno round.
It's a lot of 5.7s.
Will they run through it? It looks like they will. 1-for-1 trade. UMP's open, but Nexa gets both.
Goes down. See you Nexa round.
Okay, that's enough from you. Put your headset down. Give me your phone. All things considered, a nice round from G2. Nade-wise, good execution, clean. A little bit scary with the first 5-7 kill, but they come through with those beautiful trades. And it's all with the MAC-10 to top it off to make the most money possible. Nade into the pit. Chips away a Magisk. And Hunter, it's in the name. However, knife comes out. Oof. Brought that to a gunfight. And now we'll be dissuaded from taking the walk down the hall. Swing, Dupree. Swing! It's just firecrackers. Rubber bullets.
Firecrackers and whippersnappers. Nexa.
What is a whippersnapper?
I think it's what like old people call young children.
Yeah.
A bunch of whippersnappers.
Oh,
I would call you too a bunch
I thought it
of
was a type of
whippersnappers.
firework as well. No, okay.
No.
Gotcha.
Molly comes down from the top of Banana. Deagle damage for Magisk. What's going on? This is not how things are supposed to be going, and now he's actually found space between two sets of flames. Zipnix takes to the top of the boxes.
I think he can confidently call that too ripped at the hand of his Deagle. Surely he would assume the first player would have died with that third shot, knowing he hit Almanac twice. So we'll see what that means. This USP might be powered up, the golden USP. Niko's coming in to hunt.
Catches Zipnix and taps into Glaive.
Bellissimo.
right there just opens up the B site for a bomb plant. So as you would anticipate, not much coming out of Astralis once Magisk goes down. Scary situation he created by sticking around with the Deagle.
He's a scary, scary man. So I am not half surprised. Where will this half take us? Is there a chance for G2 to come back here on the T side? Of course, this map, it's a little bit scary versus a good T side. Bomb will go off. No antics from dupreeh. Once after a major, I saw dupreeh had his headphones on. I was like, what? I was like, man, why am I not surprised?
Hey, man, if it works.
It was awesome.
I suppose he is the final boss.
Also, another fun fact, he cuts his own hair.
What? And he has,
yes.
Look at this little boost device. He was on somebody's head. I believe device hits Nexa with the op shot. Frag grenade down at the feet. Glaive into Bree. Joining forces here on Arch side. Look what they've got. A present.
Special delivery. Oh, it's Death Stranding now for a G2. Oh my goodness. They can do whatever they want. But Astralis know what they need. The bomb is behind enemy lines. And they've got a minute to pretend they're not saving. 5 CTs left on the site. And they've got to look for miraculous opening kills. Oh my god.
Labored.
Magisk. He's holding down that spray like he needs it. Could have gone for the taps.
It's one of those rounds where the low HP kind of piques your interest, keeps you a little curious.
A little worried for Astralis here.
Not worried for Astralis, but hopeful for G2. Again, kennyS going to try to come at Magisk from a different angle, but hey, it's niko versus Xyp9x because there's a B flank in position. They've body, stacked that bomb so much. But it's not just niko who can go peeking from behind. Device also finding one turned, and then he comes back in for second servings, misses the shot, but won't drop the third. 2 kills for Device as he still sits on 15 HP. niko's got one less than 14. Clock's at 7 seconds, and Astralis, they're about to get themselves a 12th round because that bomb was a special delivery wrapped with a bow on it. A gift from G2 on Arch side that ultimately costs them the round.
They've still got so much here to fall back on, but of course, just a strong hold. It's Astralis to double up on Arch, which is a rare sight, right? So normally it looks like, oh man, how could they let that go? But if there was only one player there, having the trades come in would have been just fine. But it was cool that Astralis read that so well, overstacking it early in the round. And typically you see most people's game plans go to, lower B, and oh, that's a great kill from niko. Smoke off to the right, and I think there's a flash to combine, the window flash from Nexa to help them get up there. Oh, another punishment from niko. Will he stop? On a tear already this round.
Could be forced to. Incendiary slows him down ever so slightly. But he still looks to be that front runner. Magisk just going to tuck behind the wall. Flashbang comes over top. Did blind the op, but more than just one set of eyes here. kennyS gives cover, and that's going to send Glaive spiraling back towards the B site. This is looking like an excellent round from G2, and they need to win one with conviction, with 5 players standing, preferably for them.
They're taking both sides at the moment. They're trying to get the information. We'll see if it results in any damage. If they fall back off A, Glaive, he might just try to follow up. He's going to throw a smoke down, push them back. They still got a player in the site, and look at him. He's now fast rotating over, but they're going to listen to him leaving. Did they find dupreeh is the question.
Not yet.
I don't, of course, Astralis are going to win this round, but things might get a little bit interesting. However, Hunter turns around. Quick reaction. dupreeh's left in the pit.
And bomb's still coming at him. dupreeh, he hears that drop, does get the headshot, but then he peeks out into short. There's a chance for him to grab a couple kills on short side, but a very frantic moment. I feel as though he was hoping that they would walk into him before he loses Glaive.
This is cool. That flash as well from Nexa is perfectly timed with the smoke. I think they might read that and go for that tactic. in that situation, that might be a game plan kill. You know, with the EG mollies, bottom mid, and then the smoke and the flash. That could have been pretty sick.
Still only one round for Astralis on the CT side.
It's really scary when a team breaks apart your protocols or calls you out on something like that, because if your entire strat is predicated around like taking bottom, banana control with one player, no longer is that player feel safe doing that part of it. With the adjustment, the counter that we see from G2. I don't know if I'm giving them too much credit or not, but
got Glaive sitting on second oranges with Zipnix just beneath him. Should not go too well, as it's just the Deagle and the P250. Neither player able to grab a kill before they're both overwhelmed. So G2 back to the B site, back to where it works. And fast enough to dodge what was the Mag 7 and pistol players over on the A site. No rotate from Astralis. They just tried to lock down with what they had in position already. And this is G2 with a 9th. This is a T side that has only offered one round win to Astralis. From 11-4 to 12-9.
3-round game. When we talk about the substantial rounds with rifles, there are only a couple, but that doesn't matter. G2 have this fast track back to a tie. It's looking super solid so far. We'll see what happens next round. I'm actually so curious what the look is going to be for Astralis. And you better believe we don't have anything like we saw from G2, the way they game plan and take that dry fight up, unless they have the op involved. Setting up Device to take over on the half wall. He's one of the best players when you get him up there to always deliver a kill, know exactly when to fall back. He's so great on the details when it comes to Banana, even on the T side when he's there on default. Okay, so they throw mollies down, nades in response. Spams through the smoke. niko gets an opening. Oh my god, 2 kills again!
Frag grenade's gonna take him out of this round though. Magis could be that one-man army left at the B site. He does have a second player coming over and a big pickup from Device. Finding Hunter in the apps could turn G2 back at B, and that is where they're met by resistance. Another piece of utility coming in from Astralis, so crucial, so key. And Device gonna go and grab all of this information. G2 being corralled like cattle over to the B site. Amanek and Kenny S. Double smoke. This could completely count out Magisk. Maybe he sprays through it. Maybe he just enforces and waits for the retake. There's tons of utility for Astralis to play the retake. A little bit of wild spray down. Oh! Kenny S!
Ask and you shall receive.
Through the smoke, giving it back as he tried to pummel shots through it. Kenny S starting to really find some crucial shots. And Amanek, well, he's just been able to slip back behind Nubox. It's Kenny towards construction. Double incendiary here for Astralis. Lands on Amanek. Good thing he had the smoke. Now he could serve as a distraction. He could get Kenny back into the action. We shall see. Time beyond the halfway point. Kenny S delivers yet another kill, and Device, he will walk away. Kenny makes the difference. niko sets it up with those kills on the top of Banana, but it's through the smoke that he shuts them down and gives G2 their 10.
A near perfect comeback, but a sick round from G2 overall. First of all, winning their duels on the bottom of Banana, weaponizing niko in the best way possible. Look at these 2 kills that come through, absolutely destroys them as they try to trade, and then Kenny comes through at the end for these amazing couple of kills on top of it. He does the work he needs to do. They go out early, and in the middle of that, Astralis perform almost a perfect comeback. 2 players dying to nades and 1 dying to an op. That's an ideal round on the CT side, but it's too late with the compound effort of the kills that come from niko.
Excuse me? Check out Glaive.
Oh. Wait, is this the expensive one?
No, that's just the Negev.
Okay, so then he bought it on purpose. Let's see what the game plan is, baby.
Man's been playing a little too much Valorant. He's got the wind up. The wind up Willie. Magic's gonna peek into. Oh! Double Deagle headshot! And he's gonna lay down more damage. Magisk A wonderful start to round 23.
Beginning of the end. G2, they've got money here, but that's a dominant round, and they have yet to see the wrath of Glaive.
They think smoke grenades are going to give them the cover they need. That Negev is going to become a bullet storm. It's a bit of a meme, but the damage output is ridiculous. Here it could come.
Oh, 30 seconds. This is when it gets the most strong, right? He's going to be able to shoo them away from the site. He can lay down suppressing fire for his... Oh my god, is he going to get an 8 kill right
Perfect.
here? Yes.
One health! But there's still 20 seconds, and
What is
that
happening?
Negev could keep shooting
He's
until the
gotta
end
start.
of the round.
He's got to get it started.
It's going to lay out. It's hellfire and brimstone.
They have to go. They have to go.
They've got but they get the headshot, and Amanek somehow doubles down. What? What? Hunter gives cover. They tried to meme their way to a 13th round, and the Negev, it betrays them. Magisk is now sitting on his hands, fuming, red in the face. He did so much for Astralis that these last two players better close this. A round that just doesn't seem to make sense. Kenny S is still alive.
The double emo.
Device, he's got more health than Dupree. He's got to keep Amanek locked into position, but they're going to walk away. Magisk started off this round in a magical fashion. And while Device is going to cut down more players, G2 escape by the skin of their teeth.
Kenny S lives on 1. That's a round for the books. What an instant first bullet headshot. He gets off one more. That's the bomb denied.
You think about how many bullets that Negev put through the smoke.
I am without speech.
And you tell me how none of them managed to land.
Because it was a Negev.
Yeah, should have been an M249.
Frankie, I think you're onto something. What have we learned today, kids? Don't push the limits.
Play the meta. Let's keep it stale, boys.
Smoke grenade down at Glaive's feet. He peeks, dies. Also, may I add, he is 11 and 21 buying Negevs. Excuse me, sir.
Glaive's a different beast right now. His eyes are completely red. We saw him do some crazy stuff this game. I don't know what is going on. And he had an amazing round at the end of the half.
Look at this pace.
They're coming through. They're definitely coming through, right? They are grouped up so hard.
They didn't come fast enough to land on that grenade, but Nixie's got a cap. And he works it at least for the first one. But Dupree from Oranges also gets blasted away by Niko. And G2 tie this game at 12 rounds apiece.
Started 11-4. And now we're tied up.
12 rounds each.
They have got themselves out of some very hairy spots. You have to give a lot of credit to Niko. Definitely game plan on Banana in that first bit was strange, but he was putting up his half of the agreement with the kills he was getting. And this half as well has been getting some absolutely unforgettable and impactful kills, like invaluable. The 2K entries on Banana.
12 rounds each.
It's not only 12 rounds each. It's going to be so much money here for a G2. Astralis will have to work through that. They'll call it tech for the first time. 3 of 4 remaining. Enough money to buy, of course. Lots of money, in fact. Even after they spend. Sonic's going to be chiming in about what he thinks could be better. I think, of course, it's always just another look on Banana to try something new to see if they can stop Niko early. This is where his barrel has just been red hot.
Glaive has killed more people by hitting them with a Molotov than he has with a Negev. Do you think it was an attempt to like BM or something?
No, because it has so many bullets that at that late in the round, you're supposed to be able to put down a wall that you just cannot run through. The idea actually made so much sense.
I've seen JW do things with it when Fnatic have done one of their many misbuys.
Yeah, but it's a cheap one.
You know what, at this point...
Wait, that's the cheap one, right?
Yeah, the M249 is over 5,000.
Yeah. That it is.
Just don't know enough about these
LMGs.
heavy.
You're not into the meme.
I don't know. Oh man, but that's the idea. Oh, that's an important dual one. There's no niko here. We haven't seen if G2 do well on rounds like this. Oh, he actually did need that boost. And this is where Astralis are kind of the strongest. But this is a smart move from G2, moving kind of quickly over to the other site, while they're still not rotated back. Looking for the arch wrap as well. There is a gap in the defense here. They're sniffing it out. There's no arch smoke. Making it seem like they're pretending to wrap through spawn. A site is not necessarily weaker, but it might be a little bit when you consider this bottom banana pressure. Our traps coming in.
Inside of the site, 2 players over on the pits. Magisk about to throw that frag grenade. Could land right on Nexa. No, goes a little far beyond him. Obviously, they now know about Magisk. Unknown to them is this position from Dupree. Magisk with his hands full, but it's Astralis across the kill feed. A team ace to get themselves back with the 1-round edge.
Damn, 1 kill apiece. They all hold it down. That was a G2 trying to find a good timing with the Molotov after the smoke goes up in pit. It was a very nice attempt. They actually did displace our pit player, but he still stood strong, got a kill, and they could not win their duels. The crossfire was just fine. This Astralis didn't even have to call on the retaking players, so a bit of a scary situation here. No niko kills at the beginning of the round, and then the result is Astralis win flawlessly. Will that be a pattern that continues? G2 have performed one hell of a comeback, but it's had a lot to do with this early banana pressure and Astralis running players down there to try to fight.
And they're going to try to challenge the short side, and Hunter is... Oh, what? Hunter just whips the crosshair into device. Everybody dies on the A site. And we've got Zipnix in a clutch. He has returned to this roster, and now he's returned to form. And these are those kinds of moments that you want to see him play, but he doesn't have the confidence to try and pull this one out of the magic hat. Zipnix instead falls back. I've got to see how Hunter snaps onto that second player inside.
Not the first time either. Perfect 180 flick. We saw that on Zipix inside the B site. Critical kill as well to win the round. No different in this situation. That is some monstrous stuff. How many kills is Hunter on right now for him to be hitting shots like that? 16 and 15. Just feels like some of these really pivotal rounds is coming up huge.
All tied up yet again. Hunter's got that mouse on a slingshot.
Man. The perfect whip back. Oh. Jesus. At least he saw a device first, lined it up. So you give him full credit for that flick. That's disgusting. Man, it's kind of like another dust too. So many crazy topsy-turvy, close rounds and situations. But G2, they storm the A site, they win. They get some confidence there. So it's going to scare Astralis a little bit. They've got to keep that in mind. They did win 1 clean on the A site, but the fast exec there was just the right change of pace that G2 needed. Oh, niko. As soon as this smoke goes up, what's going to happen? Any dry shot to the corner would take device out.
That could be big. Decent. Any damage you can do to niko before he rounds the first corner is going to be worth it. The device is completely alone.
Yeah.
And they've done nothing really to announce this position. Oh, the flash is fantastic. Device, he falls off. But can he deliver? He's got the second. niko's honing in on him. And sure enough, that rifle marksmanship from niko. And then he shuts down Zipnix, who thinks he could jump through smoke, but it doesn't strike twice. Kenny S. back to the new box. Bomb is stranded, and Aminex flank is fantastic because Magis just got cut off this play. dupreeh peeks into Kenny, and we've got G2 with a 1-round lead.
They've got you covered every single turn. They come through with the fast rat, reading into the setup with device at the top, using 2 continuation flashes just to get him back. And goddamn, does device try to dig himself out of a dark place. He gets the first shot. The second shot is even nicer. That's one for the books, but it's still not enough.
niko slides in.
This is sick, man. The trades from G2 right now entering the sites is absolutely extraordinary.
Covers Xyp9x as he tries to jump through smoke. Kenny S keeping scope up on that coffin peak as well. That's what allowed niko to stick into the corner.
Run it down mid. niko took the opening duel in 7 of the first 9 rounds, going 4-3.
Trying to throw himself into the woodworks.
Getting it done.
Now he's chopping down the redwoods that are Astralis.
G2 are definitely fragging harder than Astralis. That's been the problem. Astralis were able to out-team them last time around. Oh, that's an important shot. You think it was an important shot missed, but niko's got your back again. 30 kills for him.
This is exactly what we saw versus FURIA when they had that map win. niko in second maps of the series, performing in a legendary fashion. Versus FURIA, it was his 4th best rating on G2. I am curious to see where he ends this one, if they can bring the series to Nuke. The problem is, just like FURIA, Nuke is where they fizzled out. But that could be the next map's problem. Let's focus here on this one. Xyp9x trying to find cover in the back of the site, flashes popping all around him. And G2, they have been painted into a deep corner. dupreeh finding the back of Hunter turned. Nexa's headshot, that compromises the back of the B site in Amanek. We saw this lurk last round, but now, well, he's got bomb.
This is where you retake mid if you're on CT side. You got to get map control outside of this to figure out if it's going to be B. dupreeh will scour the halls. This is a big play because nobody's here. If he gets down into the boiler, things could get sketchy. Kenny S, will he take a peek? He'll back up right into dupreeh's crosshairs. This doesn't tell them a lot, but they know that they don't have to move with their player on the site at a minimum. dupreeh looking for the timing shot. Xyp9x finds a good angle. dupreeh gets the final kill. Astralis on 14.
We are all tied up yet again. That Colonel defense, the fact that dupreeh makes a move, he had little health left to lose, but they needed information. And you said they wanted to retake middle, but even the B rotate was low on health. So dupreeh, one of the 2 players on the A site, takes it on himself, gets not just the info, but the kill, and then turns back to help Xyp9x close in the 28th. We are all tied yet once more. niko, how much more does he have to do? How much more can he do? He's taken down to the half health already, and another frag grenade lands in front of him. Now he's on a quarter before he's even seen a CT. He has 1/4 his health.
He is such a high-value opponent in this half that this damage matters. His kill, his death last round mattered. This gets very scary. He's going to play like he does it. I mean, he knows what to do in situations like this, but he doesn't get that damage early on. He doesn't have the impact on Banana. Glaive will even peek at the top of B just to clear out car and throw a smoke down to let G2 know that they're not here right now, and they know it.
Playing tucked behind the half wall. Glaive's a little bit separate from the rest of the team, but that flash from sight lets him peek, and then the shots from Nexo rain out. Hunter, he's ahead of the utility. It would be a bold risk to go peeking into this site. Magis, he's got the cover of the stairs. He dodges the flash. He could do everything, but he's only able to get that 1 kill. And it's a 3 versus 3 with dupreeh's position known to Amanek. It's an arch fight that Nexa drops, and dupreeh can't deliver another kill. Xyp9x on 3 health, trying to help out Glaive, who just sent shots soaring through smoke. Kenny S commits to pit. Amanek commits to the plant. And now the retake's on. A single smoke grenade for Xyp9x. No utility for G2. This round secures 15 at least for either team. and they're going to go silent in this bomb site. A crossfire that has to deliver. Kenny S concerned with arch side, but a smoke in the middle of them both, and Kenny S's head gets popped. It's Zipnik's in the clutch on 9 HP, and Amanek on top of this box welcomes him to round these corners. A jumping Zipnik's plucked from the sky. G2 are going to take it at least to an overtime.
Guaranteed that. Round 30, G2 bully their way into the A site, and we've seen mixed results from Astralis in that position, but G2's trades have just been a cut above. Beautiful stuff here to pull back this round. Early damage, no banana control, no kill. Those are all been signs of Astralis winning rounds. Astralis, they'll call another timeout.
This is Nico's first 30 bomb for about 24 hours.
Consistent performer, of course, and extraordinary impact. Wasn't even needed for G2 to win that round. That's the scariest part here for Astralis. This couldn't be more 50-50. No one would get me to believe that someone has this in the bag at this point. They've been so close in the second half, and they've learned so much about each other. Astralis have made the necessary adjustments to stop dying to niko early on. But then G2 have found a way to win rounds despite that. And now here we are.
First chance missed. G2 gonna take control of the apartments. Got two CTs sitting back here. Dupree, of course, out towards Balk. Magisk in the pit, where he works wonders. This is going to afford Astralis a three-man B stack, but Launders, they're showing them nothing. No presence in middle other than that initial op shot. No sounds coming from Banana. And that could very well draw G2 in.
They are gambling here with the op dedicated in the site. So this is a round. It's going to be hard to figure out, but you want to favor G2 if they go and seek out the information properly. Problem is, how will they read this? Archside is wide open. Is this something that G2 want to try to take over? Nexus call could make a world of difference. We've got the early A side setup. Nades initially to respond to that mid aggression, and the CTs press up on these positions. Arch does get found.
No bomb, 20 seconds and no bomb. It has to be the B hit to succeed. And Glaive, he peeks into two Ts, but he doesn't know about the third one to his left. Amanek alleviating pressure, but they could win based on time. They've got 10 seconds, and they need this plant. Device dives back into the cover. Zipnik's off the box. Astralis fighting for OT, and that bomb needs to be recovered. There's just no time. And now that we get to overtime, well, it's MR 316K. Money goes out the window, and so do the predictions in terms of who picks up this map, because it couldn't be more 50-50.
Yes. Oh my god. Oh no, that's niko gone early on off a timing shot. Device eats the flash. Niko's trying to swing, but he wasn't trying to fight.
A way to start OT.
Oh baby. Painted against the wall. Blood splattered. It's a message. That's a tough loss early on for G2. Again, such an invaluable player in OT. Hard to really figure out exactly what his value is here. Oh my goodness. Zipix gets so much damage off on the spray. Almanek's low, and he gets the info early. Glaive will fall back into the site, dropping an incendiary. Do G2 want to risk it? It looks like they'll try.
They're going to lose health on two players. Bomb delivered. This is a CT round where everything's going the way of Astralis. Finally, we get an answer back from G2. Nexa, well, he's picked up that bomb. Hunter lingers on.
Oh, they know they want to get this 50-50. Dupree, how far has he pushed? Hunter has peeked out. Clean shot into the head of Dupree. Makes it a 2v2. Hunter looking for more, and he cannot be stopped.
He's down to 22 health. This was looking like Astralis were going to win the first round of OT, and then Hunter just starts taking him away. Limb from Limb. Magisk doubles hack. Oh, and he snaps it onto Nexa. He gets both those kills through construction. Easy defuse, and Astralis will still take that 16.
Sprayed it through as if he never looked away. The flick off. And then the refocus, the 1v2. That was the play. Oh my God, you cannot blame them for the spacing. They had displaced his aim. He thought about his next target. Look at this. The whip back, the reactions.
Just whimsical.
And the roar. Oh my God. I mean, these, again, as you point out, 5 rounds here on the CT side, but so many of the later rounds won by Astralis. This is the story of OT, that it couldn't be more balanced in some sense. But G2 in general should be looking forward to playing this T side after their comeback and are starting off on a bad foot. A slight bit of damage, but minimal losses, and they keep eyes forward over the half wall. They take control of things, and it looks like they're going to move in quick.
Molotov right at their feet. They're going to have to charge through it. A little bit of health lost by a couple of players. Both Glaive and Zipnik's able to deliver a kill apiece. Dupree off of the flashbang, comes barreling through it, but now it's niko. You thought Hunter was a problem? Well, here's niko. 32 kills, 18 deaths, and he's got Hunter by his side. The Kovac factor. The Kovac clutch. And it's Device to draw first blood in the 2v2. niko playing behind the slimmest of pillars, dodging these flashes, and he needs sickening aim to drop that first ET. He taps, but he's taken aback by Magis, who has been instrumental in overtime so far.
2 in a row here for Astralis. The team ace for them as well, all contributing equally, and that is losing out on trades. Just to keep it low enough, it comes down to the 2v2. At that moment, it was dead even, but Device's awareness with the AWP is what breaks the camel's back. G2 looking for just a single round here on T side, not what we expected coming off of an 11-round comeback in the second half. Oh, shot missed. Zipix punishes. That's not every day. Kenny S is out. Down to 4. Astralis looking for even more.
And Device delivers. A clean sweep of the CT side could just completely fizzle this map out.
They're getting mopped right now. At every single turn, CT's jostling back and forth, finding openings.
How do they struggle to find more than 4 CT rounds in regulation, and now they stand to just completely sweep the defensive half of OT? One last chance for G2 on the offense. And Amanek, well, he was crucial at times in this CT spawn. Hunter, he's going to be split between 2 positions. He calls out that peek from Zipnik, a wild spray, and G2 have managed to get this bomb down.
Honestly, beautiful from Hunter. Once again, in the clutch.
From a 3 versus 5 to the 3 versus 2, and that just makes everything seem that much more possible.
He just puts blinders on, focuses on the target at hand, knows where the next fight is coming in. 2-on-3 retake. Can they make it happen?
It's Magis, and he frags the first one deep. Dupree, he's got 2 to take, hits the first, but Nexo with a headshot gives G2 a slim chance. 1 for 3.
God damn, I was planning to reset the energy, but it's just been so heated every single round in these close moments. These trades are unbelievable. G2 squeeze water from stone from the 3-person setup, and I call it clutch from Hunter. It's just the gene of it. Even though he's not in the 1vx, he's always in this moment where it seems like they're going to lose, and he comes through with some ridiculous trade in the B site, in the A site, wherever it is.
Wherever it needs to be.
That is not a fun round to lose. Astralis looking for 2. 19 wins it. 19 would knock G2 out of DreamHack Masters Europe.
We continue to add to the body count of Astralis as they run this event from the lower bracket. They've already got Liquid corpse in the closet. Now they gotta find somewhere to hide G2's head.
Glaive has seriously just been a tank for damage. A magnet for information. A juggernaut on the entrance to each site. Using himself as bait, trying to find the entries, dying almost every single round. Started to heat up a little bit more in the second half. But clearly basing the round around his peaks.
G2 find that 5v4. niko off the top of banana with heads-up duels, Launders. That has been a key piece to the defense for them. And it didn't work every round. But it seemed to be consistent in bearing early fruit. Got a hell of a stack up from G2 on the short side of A.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is arch side open, but the 4-on-5 time is running low. They're going to have to make a decision. kenny's spot could be powerful. It depends how this works out. He's actually thinking about whether or not he should push in a boiler. He's out at mid. He'll find a shot and be able to escape, but instead, he'll just come in for the peek again. No one's there suddenly. They've taken over pit.
That they have, and the bomb carrier's meant to be the third player. Hunter, he's going to be still beneath these. They may not anticipate the third player peek. Hunter swings, Magisk finds him, and kenny's. And we are right back into the 2 versus 2. They had 5 seconds to spare. At Astralis, they only need that 1T round to secure a double overtime. This round win would give them a chance to close the series on Inferno. They've got Amanek and niko working up from short side. Amanek a little concerned about the possibility of a player still in apps, but that is not the case. You've got Zipnix here in Little Pit and Magisk on the bomb site. Flashbang starts around the corners. Magisk pops to the box and Zipnix starts to spray. It's Magic's working wonders in overtime. 4 kills this round and Astralis have 2 match points.
He puts it on 30 and he deserves it. We've seen the impact. That's an insane call. That rotation after Kenny susses out mid, they just run right by it. How many other teams would have tried to refrag and peek him in that spot? Instead, they run through halls, jump out into pit, it's empty, and they kill everybody in lane. A complete call out.
G2 having to get half of the rounds of their regulation half here in what's left of overtime. And if that seems bleak, it's because it absolutely is. Got 2 smokes and a single incendiary left already. Minute 10 on the clock. 3 players set up on this A site. It's a different look. But niko has been all the same in challenging the top of Banana, who looks away from Glaive at the worst possible moment.
The flash from Amanek, he was turning from that. The timing is not on their side, and it could cost them the whole game and tournament here in what could be the final round. Again, you can't overstate it, how important and impactful niko has been.
He's absolutely tried to take the team on his shoulders. 33 frags as he watches from the sidelines. 33 seconds on the clock as Nexo watches the skies. The utility soars in, and that frag is fantastic. But can he follow with a kill? He's still sitting inside of the pit. It's Hunter from the corner. Nexo grabs another, and G2 doing enough, but they've lost the bomb site itself. And now it is all on Amanek. Coming from the B site, 16 and 26. He has been switching alongside Jax, and this was his tournament to play. It is his tournament to clutch. But he's got Device honed in on him from sight and down.